So B, man, tell me what's been going on out there, man. What you been watching on the screen?
Well, I've been seeing a lot of new shows come to an end, and this one had to be the saddest one of them all. Spartacus wore it down. If you have not seen this series, I strongly recommend checking it out. Those who's been knowing to know that this season was the final season of Spartacus, and everybody should know history don't lie. And to tell you the truth, the finals did not even disappoint, but it will sadden and break a lot of people's heart. You know, everybody should know how Spartacus died in history, but in the series, man, Spartacus versus Crassus, and in the end, Spartacus gets speared in the back. But he didn't die immediately, you know. Still, just a lot of awesome characters get killed off at the end. I mean, you'd be saying, oh my god, not Gannicus, not Nydia, or anybody. If you've seen this series, you'd be saying, oh my god. It's right there with The Walking Dead. I mean, this series is just freaking phenomenal. And having one of my series that you will not be disappointed whatsoever. Jay, even Walking Dead is your series. How you feel about it?
Man, it's like crack, dude. I need a hit, and waiting till October is like, it just hurts. It's disappointing. I really, really love this series. It's had some intense episodes. They had a couple kind of slow episodes this season, but I mean, the actors and this show is just really, really nice. If you haven't had the opportunity to check it out, that's another show that you need to take the opportunity to take a look at.
Most definitely, Jay. But I gotta ask you one question. What's up with the Transformers universe?
Transformers Prime Season 3. Oh, brother. I was a little apprehensive at the top of it because I saw the figures when they came out before, obviously, the season started. And I was just like, really? Is this where they're going with this? You know, in the final season on only 13 episodes, what are they doing to us? But I gotta say, thus far, after watching these first 4 episodes, I've truly been impressed. What do you think, bro?
So far, after 4 episodes, my mouth just went down to the ground. Especially with spoilers coming in this part. Man, Prime look boss.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, I love the way they animated Prime in this series with his new upgrade. I mean, reformatted Prime 2.0 is bad. A's.
Well, and like Miko said, wicked. Too wicked sick though. Still, in my opinion, Manish joined the Autobots as the second command. Much needed for the Autobots. Again, because the Autobots definitely need some more military and more spokesmen to the Autobots.
We'll put shoulder pads in charge.
Yep. And most definitely.
I love when Wheeljack said that. That was cool.
And definitely got one surprise return. And I'm talking about Shockwave.
Shockwave. I am eagerly anticipating picking this figure up. I really don't care about the beast armor garb that he comes with, but I really, really want this figure. He looks totally wicked, man. Most
definitely. I love the voice actor who played him, and I mean, still, it's just that he looks much, much better since G1, which is, we're going to talk about this in later reviews, in upcoming videos. But again,
I can't take anything away from Corey Burton. I love Corey Burton.
Hey,
Shockwave,
but this Shockwave, don't fool around.
What do you feel about his alt mode? Because I've heard mixed reviews.
Alt mode, honestly, perfect tank mode.
Yes, I don't understand why so many people are all hung up about him being a laser gun, and I'm like, dude, really? You know, in the original G1 series, don't get me wrong. You know, back then in the 80s, you know, the whole laser gun thing was like,
and hand cannon guns,
you know, was like, wow. But I mean, nowadays it's just like,
you gotta get a bigger gun.
Exactly. And I'm like, for them to go through modernizing him and making him a tank, particularly a Cybertronian tank, I think that was pretty wicked, personally.
Exactly. And plus the way he got that, his shoulder cannon, ooh. You don't want to be right near it. And the way he took down Bulkhead and Wheeljack, you'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude, Shockwave has shown that he is so totally badass in this series.
And boss, most definitely. Also, I mean, you gotta love how the series picked up and showing how the bots changed up a little bit too. From Prime to Bumblebee. But knowing that, and you can tell by Ultraman's look, he more like, you know, Optimus Prime for the past 2 seasons, and yes, he got that look of Optimus. And yes, most fans were wondering, so Prime got a new look. So what's up with the truck mode?
Well, that's what was cool because, okay, you got Ultra Magnus who's come out. 2 different Voyager Ultra Magnuses are going to be available. And I'm not just talking about the North American versus the Japanese. I mean, they're actually 2 different variations of Ultra Magnus. The second edition of Ultra Magnus for the Beast Hunters is actually going to have the jet wings and things to that effect. But he's based off of this Optimus Prime mold with a different chest and, of course, the different shoulders and head and paint scheme.
And yeah, definitely he got the Solus Prime hammer.
But what was cool is I love how they show Prime and Magnus, the Prime 2.0, standing next to Magnus to show that's what I used to look like. This is what I look like now.
So again, you can tell of a big difference.
Oh man, he'd been drinking Energon and he grew up big and strong.
No, Neo Energon.
Neo Energon.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, so far so good. It's still in the eye, you know, it's four episodes down, 9 to go.
Yeah, and with, I mean, this entire series I've been jacked and excited about. So the idea that it will be coming to an end, I mean, all good things do come to an end. And I'm hoping that whatever the next series is, whether it turns out to be a continuity and or it turns out to be an entirely new series, they better bring it. They better bring it because this show has definitely set the bar.
Most definitely.
So tell me, what else has been going on, man? What's going on with wrestling?
Wrestling, WrestleMania, my God. I mean, 2 out of the rest was more better than the whole event itself. We're starting with Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar and Triple H been going around for, let's say, almost half the year of last year, and then it rears up their head again in WrestleMania. And if Triple H failed to beat Brock Lesnar, Triple H is done as in wrestling. But to much surprising, Triple H won his match. Then the other match is CM Punk versus The Undertaker. And the streak lives on, despite CM Punk's shenanigans and Punk loss.
Well, he's a punk. No say it.
He's a punk, but he's a punk B. I mean, really, despite everybody say, "Oh, why are you dissing CM Punk?" Punk is dude. It's cool in ring and out, but still, CM Punk is just CM Punk.
Well, I mean, I'm throwing that out there. For those of you who are watching the video, honestly, I'm not a big wrestling fan, so if I've insulted or offended anybody, my bad. But
don't hate on Jay. He just that he been out of the loop for years, and I've been. Again, Punk is making sick dope. But the one match that made me want to go ahead and just say why is The Rock versus Cena 2. Now last year I was so hyped to see this match, and the match was not that great either. But still, we all have that The Rock won. Still, now 1 year late, let's say now, Cena versus Rock 2 this time for the WWE Championship. I'm very, very disgusted. Not only disgusted, but very disappointed. You know, again, this matchup should have been more like last year, but Cena won the title this year, and I'm like, why? But still, Jay brought up a mention off camera, and what's that?
Well, my thing was, like I said, it's the Hollywood effect. And I'm not saying that Rock, quote unquote, isn't at the top of his game, but I approach it from the Hollywood angle of, he steps off for a little while. He doesn't have to come back and constantly defend his title. He can continue to work on the projects and stuff that he has off canvas right now, as opposed to having to constantly defend his title on canvas. And just like any other great Hollywood story, or great champion for that matter, there's always the comeback. So just because he failed in this particular matchup does not mean you've seen the last of him, and or that he's not going to come back bigger, badder, and stronger, and prepared to reclaim what he lost.
But if you come back in WrestleMania, SummerSlam or another WrestleMania, I'm all for it. But again, you cannot argue with The Rock. Rock came back last year and made it clear, and still he helped the wrestling fans, in a huge way. And he did before WrestleMania, and I applaud him hands down. But moving on to the next subject, Jay, what's been going on with your projects lately?
Well, I know I've gotten a few responses from particularly people who know me personally. And they've been asking, well, what's going on with Gerovision? What's going on with Gerovision? I've had a lot of personal things going on that have more or less occupied my time, and it's a priority thing that has kept me from being able to be behind the camera. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I can post a video and throw something up real quick and, you know, post a lot of videos, but based off of the support that I've gotten and the fan support and love that I've gotten, I've come to realize that people have expectations, so to speak, and I have expectations of myself. So I've challenged myself to try to get better and better on the projects that I'm working on. So I don't want to regress and go backwards. So reluctantly, for this time being, I've had to kind of, again, reprioritize things and take a step back. But Gerovision will be bringing videos to you soon. I know I had promised some in March, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get to do what it was I thought that I was going to do.
Yep, you ain't the only one. So many things has happened on me too. I mean, you cannot chalk up back on, but you know, stuff comes up, and you know, with family, outside home, outside of YouTube, you got a lot of new friends on Facebook and beyond. I've been busy doing stuff that's outside of computers, and still, it's just that things happen, man. So again, me and Jay.
Well, I mean, I just want to re-emphasize. I mean, I'm sure I'm speaking on your behalf too. I can't say thank you enough for the friends and subscribers and the support that I've gotten, not only on the video and the video projects, but also urging me to get back to being behind the camera. So for those of you out there,
much gratitude,
much love.
Yep, but still, with so much new stuff, we gotta ask you one question. Where you get your new toys from, Jay?
Well, you know that I'm a fan of several different stores, and you know that I've done a plug for TF Source because I love TF Source. You know that I also shop with Toy Arena, but you know lately I've picked up a couple items from
Big Bad Toy Store.
And you gotta go and you gotta check this out. Like I said, there are many options out there when you're doing your shopping and fulfilling your shopping needs, but Big Bad Toy Store is also one of those stores that is going to take good care of you. So check them out.
Yeah, he's worth checking out. He got everything from what a doctor ordered, even Transformers. We're Transformer enthusiasts to the point of absolute. But still, Jay, we gotta wrap this vlog up. Final thoughts of what's gonna happen next time.
Well, again, I can't wait to see what happens next on Transformers Prime. Can't wait to see Walking Dead come back in October, but we'll address that after the summer. And again, can't wait to be able to, again, commit quality time to bringing you a quality Gerovision product.
Well, for this here, you can tell what's coming up next in the next video, Jay. Before we wrap things up completely, me and Jadro want to send our condolences to the Meade families in both Waco and Boston this week, because this week was a horrendous week, you know. 4 people passed away and Meades are injured in Boston, and in Waco somebody are either hurt or worse. You know, it's kind of, you know, a heartbreaking week this week, man, you know. We send our hearts and prayers to those who are injured and beyond, you know. It's been, so it's kind of sad to do this thing with a sad ending supposedly, you know, this week. So this is the Big B. To the next video, guys. Catch you later.